Let's talk a little bit about the normification of band merch, specifically band shirts. Y'all might remember that in the 2010s, there was a pretty popular trend for people to go to concerts or go to just some sort of musical place and just talk to people and ask them if they knew songs from the bands that were on their shirts. And mind you, these are people that were actually attending metal or rock concerts, and most of the time you can chalk it up to maybe they were put on the spot, but so many of the people just could not name a couple of songs from the bands that were on their shirts. But it goes beyond that, because back in like the mall days and scene mall days, you had a lot of people adopting different bands. There were definitely some certain bands that were on shirts more often, but they had no clue who they were wearing. They didn't know any of the music from them, and it was just used as either a status symbol or just they liked the iconography. Obviously, you see this with Led Zeppelin, you see this with Pink Floyd a lot. I would say the biggest of all time would be Misfits and Nirvana. There are so many people that know those symbols, that know those logos, but have absolutely no clue what they're wearing. And I don't necessarily think it's as deep as a lot of people say. People can wear whatever they want. And I want to draw a little comparison to make it make a little more sense. I think it's in the same way that people wear shit from like Adidas or Nike and they haven't played a sport in their life. They're the least athletic person and couldn't name you 5 athletes. But the reason it tends to be a little bit different with music is people have a very strong tie to music, and bands are very specific. They are specific to the singer or the lyricist or the community, and so when you're walking around, you may have someone come up to you and be like, hey, I like your shirt. What do you like from them? Now, I will say, I do not condone just randomly walking up to people because you see them have a shirt on and being like, hey, what's your favorite song from them? I think that's kind of a dick move unless you yourself like the band or artist. I think just trying to crucify people or question people and put them on the spot, you don't know who they are, you don't know if they're anxious, you don't know if they're bad at being put on the spot, so don't go out of your way to just castigate people. And obviously, there are very specific situations where people can have a shirt on that they don't know. I would say number one would be like they borrowed it from someone or someone gave it to them, maybe someone that does listen to the band. I know that I've given people shirts to wear before from bands that they don't know anything about, and it's been perfectly fine, like in public and that sort of thing. And then I do have a couple of metal shirts that came from like grab bags, like mystery boxes from labels. I got one from Metal Blade Records once, and there was a pretty underground band that I had never heard of, but I still went out of my way to look them up and see what they were all about. And I think that's what most people should do. If you're gonna wear a band shirt or something, at least know who they are. In worst case scenario, just go with the default answer, go with their most popular song if you're asked, just do the bare minimum research, because it kind of makes you look like a jackass if you're just doing it for the iconography. It's giving the people that like are the most capitalistic motherfuckers ever but just wear Che Guevara on their shirt. I think it just comes down to band shirts are notoriously cool. They have cool designs on them, and most of the time, especially if they're either an album cover that's really well made or something to do with the music or just an original design, they tend to be very graphically appealing. They're aesthetically pleasing, they look nice, they're very clean, they're comfortable to wear. And so if you're at a Hot Topic or you're at a Spencer's or you're on Amazon or eBay and you see a shirt that looks really cool that's appealing to you even if you don't know the music, chances are you might splurge and you might get it for yourself to wear. And I don't necessarily have such a harsh opinion of like, you aren't allowed to wear that if you aren't in the community and you don't listen to the band. I think it's kind of silly. I think it's kind of stupid. I don't think it really makes much sense, but you are supporting the band or whoever is carrying their merch. So at the end of the day, if you are supporting the band or artist, even if you don't listen to them, you know, more power to you. If you enjoyed the design, more power to you. It's your prerogative. Wear whatever you want. No one can police your clothing. But I think that if you go out of your way to wear like very underground stuff, I think that's kind of weird. If you're just wearing Linkin Park or Nirvana or Pink Floyd, yeah, there's 10 million trillion people that have that same shirt. It's not gonna break the world. It's the same reason that a ton of people have like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto clothes but haven't seen either of the animes in their entire lives. When you get to the point of being so popular and you have sort of an iconography that is iconic, people are going to gravitate to you even if they don't know what you are. And I think that's a similar thing with like Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Nirvana. They are so iconic and so many people know the arts even if they don't know the band. Like they know, oh hey, that's a Nirvana shirt. Or if people see the Typo Negative logo, they might know that that's Typo Negative even if they don't know who the hell Typo Negative are, what they sound like, what they wrote about, or who the hell Peter Steele was. Just kind of depends on your motives as to why you're wearing it, but I don't necessarily think it's that that deep, and I think policing what people wear or making people feel bad about wearing something that they don't know is kind of weird. That's just my opinion, though. Take it with a grain of salt. You can let me know down in the comment section below if you've ever experienced something like this, or if you've ever worn a band or an album or an artist that you didn't know or listen to. Let me know down in the comment section below. No judgment. There is no wrong answer. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, and I'm signing off saying farewell.